you, Ivy. Well, again, welcome everybody. I love looking around the screen and seeing familiar faces and names. I know a few people said they're in their car driving, so they're listening, which we totally understand. So, Ron Frick, drive safe as you are traveling wherever you're heading. And I just want to give a shout out to Todd and Benita and Carla for coming in, and Peter. It's good to see you. And Barb Wentworth, I was saying hello to folks, and there's Alex. It's good to see you, and Barbara Edmond and Naomi. So thanks everyone for being here. It is just a joyful day at United Way Next as we're thinking about our final event of the year, our 35th anniversary, the incredible leadership of our board of directors and our current board chair, Paul DeBassio, and Ann Fox, who is serving as our incoming chair for 2026. And we couldn't be happier. So I am going to turn it over to Paul first so he can provide us with just a brief welcome and an introduction and kind of kick this off for us today.
Great. Thanks, Carol. Thanks, Ivy. And thanks for all of you to join us today. I really appreciate it. I've seen a few faces I haven't seen in a long time. So this is really what this is all about, right? Reconnecting. And I think it's a great way to close out what was a really successful year for United Way Next. We'll hear a little bit probably more from Carol later on some of the great things that we've done, but a whole lot of real good positive things happening. And it happens because of our members. And so you all members, and we appreciate that. What I wanted to do, and as we keep getting more and more people here, we're going to try to be pretty quick about this intro. But if you could just share who you are. I know you put in the chat already where you're from, but what United Way you're most associated with or associate with. And then the question to answer would be just sort of like, what do you want to celebrate this year? It could be a personal thing. It could be, just give everybody a clue on the line here, things that you've been working on. So just the one thing you might want to most celebrate as you close out your year. So I will start. Paul DeBassio, I spent 20 years in the network in Boston, but also at United Way Worldwide. And what I want to celebrate is old friends. And I say that because in January of this year, I spent 2 weeks in New Zealand with five childhood friends, guys that I've known for 55 years. We all met in kindergarten. We all turned 60 this year, so we decided to go to New Zealand. And the fact that we have people like that we see on a regular basis willing to take that kind of trip, that's what I want to celebrate. And it's really, I think, one of my favorite parts about United Way Next, because it is about reconnecting with people. So connecting with old colleagues and friends. And that was just one of the highlights of my year. So that's my intro here. I know Ann has got a little bit of a work emergency that she's dealing with. So I won't turn it to Ann, but I'm hoping that you all can just do a quick introduction and share what you want to celebrate this year. And I'm going to start with Cynthia, and then I'm going to go to Elena after that.
Hi, putting me on the spot there, Paul.
I am, Cynthia.
Um,
Well, you and I were communicating today, so
exactly,
you're
just
in my
just
mind.
communicating. Yes, just communicating. So I know many of you. For those who don't know me, I was at United Way Worldwide from 2001 to 2013, head of brand leadership, and I really want to celebrate and have tried to do so quite. Specifically, my brand leadership team at United Way Worldwide that I have recognized through memberships and anniversary tributes. I'm just so proud to have worked with them. And it's great to see all of you.
Thanks, Cynthia. Elena, and then Regina.
Good morning. This is Elena Fracchia calling in from Eugene, Oregon. I'm most affiliated with United Way of Lane County, and I am celebrating just getting reconnected with United Ways and coming up with some new ideas on how we can all be working together.
Great. How many years were you in the network, Elena?
Great question. 8-ish,
That's
somewhere
great.
around there.
That's great. And we love to have you reconnected through next. So thank you. Regina, and then I'm going to go to Dick Daff. Oh, Regina, you're still on mute.
It's been a while since I've done this. It's been a busy year. Yeah, I'm Regina Manning from McHenry County, Illinois, and I'm celebrating the fact that my mother was in rehab or a hospital and rehab for about 3 months, and she finally got home and she's doing pretty well, and we don't need as many caregivers as I thought we were going to need. So I'm happy for that. And she's 94, by the way. So
Oh, wonderful. That's something to celebrate for sure, Regina. Thanks. So we'll hear from Dick Aft, and then Denise, you're next. Oh, Dick's trying to get off mute as well. Okay, we're going to go to Denise then, and then I have Rochelle after that. We'll come
Good
back to Dick.
afternoon, everyone. It's good to be here. I hail from the United Way for Southeastern Michigan. I was there for 12 years out of a 20-year career in plan giving and major gifts. And currently, I am celebrating with Eve Powell because we are signed up for a second year as the co-facilitators of our plan giving sessions going into 2026.
That's great, Denise. And she's talking about the plan giving faculty that United Way Next has created to support local United Ways in that area of, I think, great need for most local United Ways. So, Denise, thanks for that, leading that.
And I just want to also call out Carla Krosno because she's been an excellent contributor to those learning sessions, and Rochelle Zeidman. So, yeah, we got a great team, all I have to say.
That's great. Well, let's hear from Rochelle.
Well, thank you, Paul. I'm celebrating having been with United Way Worldwide for 3 years and part of this group now. And I actually want to give a shout out to Denise because I think we're doing some really fun stuff with the Cape and Islands United Way and their plan giving program. And they hope to launch it next year. So thank you.
Well, that's great. And I wanted to check back with Dick. Are you able to get off mute at this point? There he is.
Whoops.
Oh, we lost you. We had you off and then it went back on, Dick. Try that again. No, we can't hear you now. Oh, there you are. Now you're back.
Are we okay now?
Yeah, thanks, Dick.
Okay, very good. Very sorry, folks. I'm having button problems on my machine today. And it is not the coffee that I spilled on my keyboard. It wasn't me. I've got lots that I'm thankful for, just like Paul. In general, it's mostly because I have so many volunteer activities with which I'm involved that just keep me busy mentally, physically, and emotionally. I'm just really thrilled to have so much going on. In the specific, I've been serving as the United Way historian since I retired after 42 years, retired from Cincinnati after 40, and then had a couple of interim presidencies to give me a couple more years. One of those jobs was working with Teresa Hall Bartels, who was then the president of United Way International. And Teresa has joined me as a United Way historian. So after 25 years of being the only United Way historian who is publishing articles and books and webinars and so on, Teresa has joined me. And for that, I am very thankful.
I bet you are. Thank you, Dick. Thanks for all you've done for the network and for Next. I'm going to go to Joe Keitha and then to Dallas.
Hi, I'm Joe Keitha Seabrook here in Greenville, South Carolina, and I was with the United Way of Greenville County from 2001 to 2021. And I think I put in the thing that what I'm celebrating is finishing the year strong.
Yeah, that's it. Still got 3 weeks, right? So yes, finish it strong. Gonna go to Dallas and then Bob Brown.
Hey, Paul, great to see you again. Hey, everyone, Dallas Mudd. I was with United Way of Northwest Arkansas and Arkansas 211 for right at 8 years, I believe. Feels like a lifetime ago. I'm like everybody else. What do you want to celebrate to close this year out? Strong year. It's been a very rewarding year. Grandkids got another one on the way. Starting a new education journey in AI. So there's a lot to celebrate this year and looking forward to next year.
All right, great, Dallas. Thanks. Okay, Bob. Good to see you.
Paul.
It's been
Good
a while.
to see you. I had 11 years in the system. I came to the United Way late in my nonprofit career. Um, Served in Orlando, Central Florida. It was a joyful job. And it was so good that I didn't retire till I was 74. So I'm older than dirt now. But what I'm celebrating, Paul, is the resurgence of the New England Patriots. We're finally back in the game.
I should have gone to you first while there. Exactly. Thank you. I'm going to go to Patrick Jinks. I know, Patrick, I'm going to celebrate your health, so I'll say that up front. But Patrick, and then Jenny Palazzo.
Thanks, Paul. Yeah, I'm in Columbia, South Carolina now. Don't plan to move again if I can help it in my life. 20 years in the network. I was 7 years in Shreveport, 10 years in Danville, Virginia, 3 years in Lancaster, Pennsylvania, and then did one more year at the South Carolina State Association, which is what brought me down here. I'm celebrating two things. One of them's United Way Next related, and that is the consultant collaborative. Maybe Carol will say more about that if now's the time, but we've launched it and it's amazing. And I'm not going to steal any thunder from Carol if she wants to say something later, but excited about that. The other thing is after a motorcycle accident in May and double bypass heart surgery in October, I'm still here. So I'm thankful for that and glad to be here and see everybody and so many familiar faces.
Great. Jenny, yeah, and then Liz Thornton after that.
Hi, everyone. I'm Jenny Palazzo at United Way Worldwide. Yesterday, we actually had our staff recognition ceremony, and I was recognized for 40 years of service. And I didn't intend to be here for 40 years, but here we are. And I'll be wrapping up my career in 2026. I'm working on a grant that will end in 2026. And I'm really happy to be here and see so many people I've learned from. Cynthia, I learned so much from you, and Eric McDonald, and Paula Gilberto, and Patrick Jinks, and Paul DeBassio. And so I'm happy to be here. And also my big accomplishment, which I had very little to do with, was I became a grandmother in 2025. And so that's kind of hastening my desire to have more time to enjoy the magic of my granddaughter.
I think you have more to do with that than you're giving yourself credit for.
Yeah, right.
You got a little something to do with that.
Well, it's something great to celebrate, Jenny, and certainly 40 years as well. You survived my tenure there, so that's good. I know there were some times you wanted to leave, I think, when I was there, so you survived. Thank you. So Liz Thornton and then Bonnie Duncan.
Hello, I'm Liz Thornton. I live in Vancouver, Washington. I worked at the United Way of Columbia Willamette for 3 years as their controller CFO. What I have to celebrate is that I am ending my first year of retirement, and it has just been so much fun. I'm looking forward to year 2 of retirement. So that's me.
Great. Making that transition can be tough. So
And I guess I should probably say that I also serve on the finance committee of United Way Next. I forgot that part.
No, and thank you for that, for sure. Thanks. Bonnie Duncan and then Todd.
Good afternoon. Excuse my voice a little bit. Just getting over a cold. I come from Clinton Township, New Jersey, and I was the CEO at the United Way of Hunterdon County. I was there for 25 years, retired 3 years ago. And I think what I'd like to celebrate at this point is in my post-retirement, enjoying some consulting work. I've also really enjoyed the mentorships that I've had with a couple of the CEOs and just being able to watch that sort of next generation kick into the systems is my thing. So great to see you all today.
Thanks, Bonnie. So Todd, and then I'm going to go to Kyler after that.
Todd Langenberg. I'm from Baltimore, Maryland. Bonnie, I was actually born in Bridgewater, New Jersey, just adjacent to where you are. I was at United Way Central Maryland for 9 years, 2 different stints. And I'm grateful for, you'll appreciate, I just started a new job and I'm on day 4 of heading up fundraising for the Y here in Central Maryland.
Oh, that's great, Todd. Congratulations.
Thanks.
So Carla, and then Peter Beard, haven't seen in a while, but Carla first.
Hi, everybody. Good afternoon. I'm actually in Atlanta, Georgia now, but I was with United Way Miami for almost 8 years in both marketing and fundraising, and had the pleasure of serving on the United Way Worldwide Major and Planned Gifts Council for a couple of years with several folks on the call. And so that was a wonderful experience. And right now I'm super grateful for this season with my daughter, who's a senior in high school and applying to college and trying to envision what her future holds. And so it's really an exciting time, and just trying to enjoy that for the short period of time that she's still at home with all of us.
Definitely enjoy that. Great. And then we'll go to Peter and then Alex. Like,
Hey Paul, it's great to see you.
good
Peter
to see you,
Beard.
Peter.
I worked at United Way Worldwide from 2008 to 2014, leading community impact, and it's great to be connected. My hope is for a recovery from a knee surgery recently. So
How long ago was the surgery?
about 2 weeks ago.
Okay, you got a little ways to go, but good luck
Yep.
with that. Keep up with the PT. That's the key.
That was today's first event was
Oh,
PT.
yeah, it can be painful, but good luck with that, Peter. Thanks. Alex and then Barbara Edmond.
Hi, folks. Alex Fike. I had just a little bit over a year at United Way for Southeastern Michigan. Hey, Denise. And then just hit 10 years total in the network yesterday, inclusive of that time at United Way for Southeastern Michigan, most of the time at United Way Worldwide, focused on people-focused stuff, whether that be learning and leadership development, board development, and all those good things that allow us to do our best. I'm thankful for, well, I've got three kiddos, so every day's a great day, right? 7, 5, and 3. And it's just been so much fun. So yesterday was a snow emergency snow day, so we spent lunch sledding. What else could you want?
Gotta love that. Definitely enjoy them when they're young. So we're going to Barbara and then Teresa Evans.
Hi, everyone. Happy holidays. So good to see you all. Barbara Edmond, talking to you today from Liberty, Maine, where we also have a lot of snow on the ground. And I spent 26 years in the network, about 18 in local United Ways and 9 at United Way Worldwide. And I'm celebrating just before Paul went to New Zealand, Barb Wentworth, who's on the call, and I went to Australia and New Zealand. So we both started out the year down under, which was great fun. And I just want to give a shout out to some people that I see on the call that I haven't seen in a long, long time. So Peter Beard, Eric McDonald, and my good friend Elena Facia, who was part of the mobilization groups in Eugene, Oregon at United Way Lane County. So it's just great to see them and see all the rest of you who I haven't seen in a while as well.
Thanks, Barbara. So Teresa and then Darlene.
Hello, everyone. Great to see you all. I was at United Way of New York City from 2018 to 2023. Retired, was head of HR. What I celebrate is my grandson. He's 7, but more important is where he lives, which is Florida, since I'm in New York. So I make sure I visit him quite often. And then on another note, from a business standpoint, I celebrate having a successful business, although I'm retired. I do have a business, Evans Consulting, and that's me. And I celebrate Carol because she's so patient with me. Thank you.
Thank you, Teresa. Thanks for the work you've been doing for Next this year. So we may hear a little bit more about that as well. So Darlene and then Eric McDonald.
Right. Hi, everyone. It's nice to be here. I was a part of United Way Worldwide. I was there for about 4 years. I kind of left I was trying to calculate the times. I think I left in 2018. And, really good times. I came in as a chief diversity officer. And so this year and for 2026, I'm looking forward to celebrating my mother's 100th birthday.
Wow.
She'll be 100 in August. So that's pretty cool. And I'm also going to be the co-chair for the Engage and Exchange Committee on United Way Next. So I'm looking forward to what 2026 brings.
Excellent. Thanks, Darlene. Appreciate all you do for the United Way Next and taking on that leadership role next year. I appreciate it. So we're going to Eric and then Paula.
Thanks so much, Paul. Good afternoon, all. Eric McDonald, joining from Oakland, California. I spent 20 years in the network from 1997 to 2017, all at United Way of the Bay Area in San Francisco. And then when I moved into consulting, did an interim stint with UWW for regional director supporting the network and then in the Western region, and then did about 9 months of an interim CEO at United Way of New York City. Other than that, been consulting. Celebrating, there's so much to celebrate, quite frankly. My mother had to have emergency surgery about a month and a half ago and is doing really well now. So I'm thankful that she's still with us and still celebrating life. So good to be with you all.
Great, thanks, Eric. It's been a while since I've seen you, and I think maybe the last time I was in San Francisco, and it was Golden State's first NBA championship. So that's how far back we go, right?
Yeah, especially since we've had 3 more since then. So yes, it
I
has
know,
been a
that's
while.
what I mean. It's been a while. It's been a while. Paula, and then Barb Wentworth.
So, in Connecticut, I spent 24 years at United Way of Central and Northeastern Connecticut, otherwise known as Hartford, and the last 6 as the president and CEO. I'm really grateful that in my retirement, first, I'm still standing. That in itself was an accomplishment. And also that I've had this opportunity to create a sense of community and multiple communities in my retirement. And I would say top on that list is the community of United Way Next. And so very grateful to be reconnected with so many of you, to meet new people through United Way Next. And as of the new year, I'll be serving as the secretary on the board.
All right, thank you, Paula. So Barb, and then to Ricky Winter.
Hello, Barb Wentworth. I live in Saco, Maine, which is the southern part of the state. And for 30 years, I was at United Way of York County. Started out working with Barbara Edmond as my boss, and then moved on from there over many, many years. I'm celebrating family and friends, as many of you are as well. Long time friends, which have been amazing. And all that I learned as part of the United Way Network and now with Engage and Exchange work group, and how it's helped me during some tough times with my local volunteer commitments to call on those skills. So deep appreciation.
Thanks, Barb. Ricky Winter, and then Gary Johnson.
Hi, Paul. I'm Ricky Winter, and I'm celebrating my own retirement from Mile High United Way, the first United Way. And I have a neat historic part is the 1887, obviously, is when United Way started. In 1890, the rabbi that started, that was one of the founders, married my great-grandparents. And so I have a very long connection to United Way.
Okay, I have not heard anyone that connected. Dick Aft, he might have you beat on this one here. He's related to one of the founders. I don't know if anybody's got a better, stronger connection than that.
Oh, that's really interesting. Email me some more information, and I'll try to reduce it to writing sometime in one of our historical perspectives columns.
That would be great to hear that story. Thanks, Ricky. Gary Johnson, and then Megan Walker.
Yeah. Hello, everyone. Paul, can you hear me?
I can, yes.
Okay, good. I wasn't sure. And I'm sorry I joined late today. It's been a while since I've been on one of these calls. Again, Gary Johnson, Milford, Connecticut. I can't say I've been in the network for 44 years because I've been in one United Way for 44 years, and that is in Milford, Connecticut. But it's great to be on the call. What I'm thankful for is family, friends, enjoying retirement, 2 grandkids, 14 and 10, and it's great being with them, being with all of you.
Great. Thanks, Gary. And it was great seeing you and meeting you in Louisville. So a plug to whenever we get our next gathering. It's a great way to reconnect in person. And it was great to
Yeah, I hope we can get together in person in the not too distant future.
Yeah, I hope so too. So I've got Megan Walker and then Neil.
Hi, nice to see everyone. Megan Walker here. I live in the New York area, and I was at United Way Worldwide from about 2013 to 2018, so about 5 years, in a couple of different roles. One of them was working with Paul, so it has been a great experience. The thing I'm celebrating is a promotion at my new job. I work at Goodwill Industries International. I learned a lot about federated structures and membership organizations from my time at United Way. And I was formerly the chief of staff, and now I'm the chief administrative officer. So maybe what I'm looking forward to is being one of you happily retired folks one day, as this new job is a lot more work. But I also have some kids, and we've got a lot of fun plans for the holidays.
Great. Thanks, Megan. Congratulations on that new job. We'll have to catch up and hear more about it. Thanks.
Thanks.
So I've got Neil is next, and then who am I missing here? Then after that, Tanya, Grant coach. So Neil first.
Thanks, Paul. For folks who don't know, I worked at United Way of Snohomish County in Everett, Washington from 2011 to 2015, and then joined several folks here on the call at United Way Worldwide from 2015 to 2020. Paul, of course, was there when I was there, and Jenny, Alex, Megan. Remember, Megan was actually in charge of the building renovation when we were there, and of course, Darlene. But also several folks in the network, which I worked on network communications when I was at Worldwide. So, of course, starts with Carol, getting to know her when she was at McHenry County, and Dick, Paula, Ron Frick as well. The thing I'm grateful for and just really appreciative, United Way Next in general, but looking around the room today, there are a lot of people that I hadn't met before. So between being on the board and committees and being in different webinars, it's always great to see new people and some people I recognize come in, and especially with a consultant collaborative. I think that's definitely breathing incredible life into United Way Next. On a personal note, I'll just share, and I think I may have mentioned this at an earlier, maybe in a committee chairs meeting, but I'm grateful that my wife is recovering well from a broken ankle that she suffered in the middle of September. 6 weeks flat on her back in bed, not able to move. And now she progressed very quickly from wheelchair to knee scooter to 2 crutches to 1 crutch to walking without crutches. And even yesterday, I think, or 2 days ago, she was able to stand for 7 seconds on her bad foot, which is huge progress from before. So it's still a long way to go. I know, Paul, you're recovering from your own injury, and everyone kind of has their own journey with that. At some point, she'll be able to drive again, and that'll definitely make things easier. But a lot to be grateful for this holiday season.
Yeah, definitely something to celebrate. Thanks, Dale. Tanya, and then if Naomi, I know you, hopefully, yep. Okay, so Tanya first, then Naomi.
All right. Hi there. I am so excited to come to you from Seymour, Indiana. I was with United Way locally from 2007 to 2021, actually 2 different United Ways, serving part of that time of 14 years as the executive director for 9. I am celebrating so many things. One, I'm celebrating and excited that at the end of the business day, I get to help high achieving women be good stewards of their wealth. So that financial stability carried forward from my United Way days into this new career, and love that. And I have 4 kids that are 13 to 5. And so we have a lot planned, but really looking forward to celebrating specifically this year with my mom, who had some major medical issues this year. And we've been able to overcome all of it. So happy and excited to be here and be in an awesome network of like-minded folks.
Great, thanks. Naomi, and then Ron, I know you're driving, but Ron, if you can after Naomi, we'd like to hear from you.
Hey guys, I am Naomi in East Tennessee. I was with United Way of Anderson County for about 10 years and did quite a bit with our state network and other things as well. I'm now full-time consulting and part of the Consultant Collaborative. And I am celebrating the United Way Next team today. I've just sat here thinking about this last year, and I just want to say thank you to Carol and the incredible team. of United Way Next. It is very isolating to feel, like you're out on your own doing consulting and working kind of in this world, very, alone in our own little silo with no coworkers. And Carol and Ivy and all these awesome people I've got to meet this year have made my whole life so much easier. So I want to celebrate this incredible team that does so much for so many of us.
Thanks, Naomi. And Ron, I don't know if you can speak yet. Take yourself off mute, so we're ready to hear from you.
Yeah. Hi, everyone. I'm Ron Frick, United Way of North Central Pennsylvania. Originally the Lycoming County United Way. We renamed ourselves last July. Coming officially announced my retirement in November. So on a senior advisor role, probably until at least mid next year with one of my former colleagues who's taking the reins at United Way of North Central Pennsylvania. It's a great thrill to hear and see many of you, lots of you that I met, Carol for the first time in early 2018, and Jenny and Neil. And it's just, it's great to know that there's a lot of support for those of us who are ending one career and maybe starting another one. So thank you for inviting me into the group.
Great, thanks, Ron. Before we go to our staff here, I see Stephen Webster join us. And Stephen, we're just introducing ourselves and where you're most connected to your United Way experience, but also what you want to celebrate from 2025 and share with the group. Oh, you're still on mute, Stephen. So.
I'm Steve Webster, as you just already said. I was the director of the United Way of Wisconsin for 25 years. And I've never done anything with United Way Next except pay my dues before. But Carol came and met me this summer, and she was a lot of fun to talk to. And we sat on the back porch and had a good time. And I hope to just stay alive in next year. That's my goal.
All right. Thanks, Steve. Thanks for 25 years of service as well. So I would like to hear from our staff, and then we're going to have some fun things as we wrap up the rest of the hour that we had together today. So I want to hear first from Carol and then Ivy. And then Ivy, I think you're going to do some fun polls with the group. Carol first.
Hey, everybody. It's so good to see all of you. I'm so glad that you're all here. You have no idea how much it means to me to look around the Zoom room and see all of your faces, connect the names that maybe of folks I haven't met. And Stephen, I'm so grateful that you joined today. And it was so much fun this summer when we had coffee on your porch. I am really going to tell you the truth. I'm celebrating all of you as I look around the room and see the names and the faces of the people who I spend my days with and a lot of time with. None of what we would accomplish at United Way Next would be possible without each of you. And I'll share a few words in a little bit about my 12 moments of 2025, kind of going with the 12 days of Christmas theme, but I'm going to turn it over to Ivy.
Hi again. My name is Ivy, for those of you that hopped on a little bit later. I was with Sioux Empire United Way for about a year and a half before joining United Way Next. And there is a common theme. We've joked internally about the number of medical issues and health crises that United Way Next members and volunteers have had, as well as staff members. So last year, before I joined the team, I had a hysterectomy. It put me in 11-month flare-up with hives, anaphylaxis, all of the things. But for the last month, I have been able to tame it all. Fingers crossed it stays that way. Don't have anything going on health-wise, except some wisdom teeth coming out next week. And I'm hoping that that goes well as well. So I am just grateful for being able to heal and take all of this and manage it. But also to be with all of you guys. And as Naomi shared, entrepreneurship and working remotely and all of those things can be super lonely. And I spontaneously launched on my side the co-working collective a couple of weeks ago, just for individuals to body double and virtually co-work together, because some of us can't, like I live in South Dakota and I'm not risking the ice at the end of my driveway to go hang out with anyone. So yeah, those are things that I am happy about this year.
Right. And not surprisingly, this is a group that is celebrating health, family, and our relationships, right? I mean, it's so great to see so many people and some I haven't seen in a long time. So that's really what this was intended to be about. Ann Fox, who's our incoming board chair, had to drop off, so she apologizes for having to drop off, but she had a little situation come up at work that she had to deal with. And so, Ivy, I think we can move into sort of some of the fun polls that we wanted to share with folks.
So you guys should be able to see them on your screen. The first one, it is one question, and we're keeping it super, super easy, simple. And if you guys aren't into holiday treats, I am so sorry. Feel free to waterfall what you guys are into instead. If you are just like, I am there for the mashed potatoes or the Costco mac and cheese that's seasonal.
I make cinnamon rolls every morning, every Christmas morning, and take them around to various people.
I love that.
That's a great story.
When I was younger, cinnamon rolls were my Christmas morning thing. Before my parents were even up, I would just start them.
Can I change my vote because the cinnamon roll thing resonates now?
We always had, my father was Jewish, and so we always had Julekaka, German Julekaka for breakfast on Christmas Day. So cinnamon rolls, Julekaka, same diff.
How cool is that? Thanks, Liz. Thanks, Dallas.
So what did the polls show us, Ivy? Do we have a winner, clear winner here, or no?
Yeah, I would say that we do. And Dallas, I would say that you're in good company. I pick all of my restaurants off of desserts, and I am 100% a sweets girly. You can have whatever you chose and cinnamon rolls. Cookies was definitely the top one. And honestly, I miss a lot of cookies that I used to make when I was younger.
Love that.
If I could have added something, and I couldn't think of how to do that, but bacon would have been mine. That used to be my once a year treat, was to have bacon on Christmas morning. So it's not normally a traditional thing, but it was something I always look forward to.
So I'm gonna jump in. I've had cinnamon rolls with bacon on it before. So they do a little bacon, crushed up bacon on it. So it's pretty good.
That's sweet and savory.
That is a thing. That is a thing.
It.
That's
great.
Goodness.
Put bacon bits into and on top of my Belgian waffles, just for some extra protein.
Oh,
how fun is that? So Ivy, do you want to go ahead and launch the second poll? And this one's a little more serious, but I love all the answers. So it's, what's been your favorite United Way Next activity this year? And it's multiple choice. So you can choose from social hours to professional development sessions, mentoring if you're a mentor, or being mentored, volunteering, or interacting with our incredible staff. You can tell who made up the poll, right?
And you guys are answering pretty quickly. And, I know that you guys can't see all the answers yet, but I am loving this for us. It looks like 96% of you have responded, so my guess is that is probably everyone, and then I'm just going to end the poll and share those results with you quickly. Carol, you'll be pleasantly surprised.
I know, I see. So obviously interacting with our incredible staff is number one, which we really appreciate on this last big event of the year. We've hosted nearly 50 events this year, so we were celebrating the fact that we made it to the end of the year, and we're just so excited to be a part of it with all of you. And then a close second and third, social hours. So these are getting, some great traction, which we love, and this is really just a part of, coming to be a part of these social engagement activities. And then the third would be volunteering, being on the board or a work group. Many of you have expressed that today. So many of you are doing so many different things, from speaking to writing to mentoring to coaching. It's just incredible, the work that you've all accomplished. So thanks, Ivy.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, Paul, before I take it back, I want to ask if there's anything else you wanted to share. Or do you want me to go ahead and do a little bit of an update?
I'll let you do the update, and then I can add any flavor if I see you doing something.
Sure, that'd be great. So I'm sorry that Anne had to step away, because I really want to take a moment and read through the 12. I listed out the 12 things, kind of honoring the 12 days of the holidays that I want to honor today. And so I'm going to start with number 12. And number 12 would be the incredible, generous sponsors that we've been able to attract through United Way Next this year, FrontStream being one of them. But we also have the Interim Executive Academy, Mutual of America, and Board Build, who have all agreed to sponsor in 2026. And that's really huge for us as a small organization and a tiny budget to have those types of supports in place for 2026 already. And I will say included in that should be United Way Worldwide and their generosity in the grant that we receive each year. I want to, number 11, we have over 2,000 people who have participated in our events this past year, and that number continues to grow year over year. And so we are incredibly thankful to all the people, from the retirees to the alumni to the current United Way staff who come and join us. I want to give a number 10 would be the local United Ways. A lot of our support comes from local United Ways who are generously making a contribution, but the requests that come from the United Ways for resources that they need in the network. So for those of you who don't know, we work in partnership with United Way Worldwide and the state associations to help fill the gaps where there's identified opportunities. And we do that in a variety of ways, which some of that will be touched on when I get to number 8, 7, and 6. So number 9 is in creating this culture within United Way Next of belongingness and inclusivity for all of our members. So whether you're retired, you're an alum working somewhere else, or you're a current United Way staff, we want you to know that we've opened up space for everyone at the table and we make room for you. Number 8 is mentoring and the mentorship program. We've been able to support 45 mentorship requests this year, and many of you on the screen are mentoring staff or serving as coaches to the local United Ways who have inquired about that. Some are for C-suite level leaders, some of it's for planned giving, and some of it's for staff that simply are in an entry-level role and they're looking for someone to guide them. We have number 7 is our plan giving faculty. We have 22 plan giving faculty who are dedicated to that work. Denise Fleckenstein and Eve Powell have been so generous to be our facilitators of those professional development learning sessions. And it's all the thanks to Ed John, who really created that and brought all of these incredible people together. This year, Bob Faraday has decided he's going to retire from the plan giving faculty. So we want to acknowledge Bob and thank him for that. And then there's several of you on the screen today who represent that group. Number 6, I want to honor our work groups and all of the people who have been involved in the last 3 years who have truly stepped up to co-chair, to serve in subgroups, task force, you name it, because you all are doing a lot of the heavy lifting behind the scenes with helping us plan and prepare and enhance our programming. And then number 5 is our consultant collaborative and the interim executive graduates. We've got over 60 United Way professionals who have graduated in the last 3 years from the Interim Executive Academy, who are deployed across the country to serve as interims. And we've had in the last 3 years, we've had 11 placements as CEOs and Chief Development Officers. And then we are today officially at 52 consultants have joined our consultant collaborative. And that is something new that just launched in September. It's been a lot of work. We have a leadership team, and that's that's chaired currently by Patrick Jinks. And it's just a great opportunity for us to have this group of experts who are out in the field doing incredible work. So if you're a consultant and you'd like to be involved, let us know. Also know that the United Way Network is always looking for extra support in coaching, consulting, and contract work. So those are the people who make up the collaborative. And then we've got number 4 is our strong board. We have 19 board members who are dedicated. We have 5 new people coming on board this in January. And so look to our newsletter in January for the announcement of who those people are. I think you'll be really excited. The board will be led by Ann Fox, who obviously Ann had to step away today, but she is going to serve as our incoming chair. And I want to acknowledge Paul DeBassio for his commitment to our board this year and all the incredible things we've accomplished because of his leadership. Number 3 is the 35th anniversary generous donors, the people who have chosen to make extra gifts this year in support of our 35th year, and to the founders of our organization who thought to create the Retirees Association and a tribute to that, and to all of our retirees for their years of service across the network. We continue to have a lot of retirees involved. And now not as many people work long term. So we have a lot of retired people who might be in the network only a few years, but they're still joining United Way Next, which is great. I want to honor the celebration that we had in Alexandria with our board retreat and our 35th anniversary celebration. We were able to come together in person. We had about 50 people at the reception, and it was somewhat of an impromptu gathering in Alexandria, but it brought us back to our roots. And it really felt good to be there. And I want to give a shout out to LaDawn Nagel, who serves as our chief of staff, or who is the chief of staff and serves as our liaison at United Way Worldwide. She is a fierce advocate for United Way Next and has become an incredible partner for our organization. And I don't think we'd be where we are today without LaDawn. And then lastly, our number one, I want to thank our staff. I want to thank Ivy Cirillo and Kirsten Rust. I get a little emotional here. If I think back to where we were a year ago, we were basically an organization with just one person working 30 hours and two very, very, very part-time people working 8 hours. And we've been able to expand that thanks to the board, who is so generously committed to helping find additional revenue to support the work that we do. And it was a year ago this week that we were interviewing these two people who both rose to the top. And thankfully, we're both available to hire in 2025. So Ivy will be celebrating 1 year in January, and Kirsten, who's not able to join us today, will be celebrating her 1 year anniversary in March. So those are the 12 things I wanted to share. I hope that I haven't missed anyone in this piece. So many of you have done so many things. And I, just am grateful for the work that we do together and the pleasure that I have to work alongside each of you. I am honored to serve in this role. So thank you.
Thank you, Carol. And I didn't know how you were going to do those 12 days and 12 things that you wanted to celebrate and recognize, but you kind of got everything I think we've done in those bullets. So thank you. And we thank you for your leadership, because you identified with the board that you needed the right type of staffing and skill sets in order to support this growing organization. So yes, we welcome Ivy and Kirsten, and they've onboarded and they've jumped into their roles so well, but you brought them in, you onboarded them, and you've been leading them since. So your leadership is certainly one that needs to be recognized as well. Thanks.
Thank you.
One of the things I've shared with some folks over the years, but I was a reluctant fundraiser. I got into fundraising in sort of a side way. I was in a for-profit career doing well, but at my church I got roped into doing a capital campaign, and I did not know the first thing about fundraising, but I got involved in it. And the whole focus of it was sort of this honoring our past and celebrating and building our future. And to me, that's what United Way Next is. For Dick Aff and the founders, right? We want to honor the past, the folks who not only started this organization, but have been in the United Way network for many, many years. While at the same time, we want to recognize what's the future of the organization, what's the future of the United Way. And so there is this great mix of such great retirees. I call so many of you the legends of United Way, because as I was coming up through Boston and then going to United Way Worldwide, there were names I just heard, the big hitters of United Way. And so we want to honor that past and recognize that, but also really celebrate the opportunities that are in front of us. And so it's that mix of bringing the expertise of people from the past with some of the new energy from folks that are still in the network that are members. So it's not just the local United Ways, but there's actually individuals who are still working at United Ways that are members. And as Carol said, some may have only worked 4 years and are still doing something else, but are members. And then we've got the 44-year folks as well. So it's just a great mix of, I think, merging our past and our future together. So this 35th anniversary year has been an honor for me to serve the board this particular year, because I think this is really why I got involved with United Way Next to begin with. So thanks to Carol, thanks to Ivy and Kirsten, the team. Thanks to my fellow board members for sure. And those who came before that did some things. And it's just great to see some other folks get reconnected. So Bob Brown, I hadn't seen you in a long time. I almost think you're in that picture, but I have a feeling it's just a backdrop there. But hopefully you're somewhere warm. It's so good to sort of reconnect with so many different people that I got to work with and serve over the years. So that's sort of my sort of final thoughts and words on this. Carol, I don't know if there's something else you wanted to share with the group.
Yeah, the one last thing I want to say is besides our team and the staff, the three of us that are on the team, we have other people behind the scenes that do some work that really deserve acknowledgement. Kate Farrell, who picks up all of our mail and makes sure those checks are deposited. We have Regina Manning, who's on the screen, who does a ton of editing for all of the newsletters. We have Amy and Michelle who work for More Than Numbers, who do our bookkeeping for us. And truthfully, without them, we wouldn't be able to keep the wheels on the bus because they do a ton for us. And then we have some other partners like Kathleen Wolf, who's helped us with this year with some special staffing workshops. So Nan Miller, who does our 990, and just really incredible people that we're surrounded by. So I wanted to make sure I gave a shout out to all of them. And although they aren't always participating in these events, Regina's here today, kind of representing that. And lastly, Alyssa, who has just recently joined, supporting our team with some additional website build out and social media work. Again, just so grateful for all of them. So with that, Paul, I really think that I would like to make sure we extend the invitation to all of you to do two things. One, get involved in United Way Next in the way that makes sense for you. And if that means social hours, because that's fun and engaging and it is not a heavy lift, we welcome you to come back in January and join us for the events that will be coming up. If you're interested in volunteering your time or you want to be a mentor or participate in a work group, we'd love to have a conversation with you to talk more about what that looks like in 2026. We're doing some paring down of our work groups. So we have 5 specific groups. So it's only 3 meetings a year. It's less of a commitment than it may have been in the past. And so it's not a heavy lift, but it can be a ton of fun and a great way to connect. And then lastly, I'd like to invite you to consider a gift for our 35th anniversary, which a lot of people may think we're ending the year and that it ends today or tomorrow or on the 31st of December. But we're actually continuing the celebration through the first quarter and it won't wrap up until the end of March. So March 31st, 2026 will be the last day for the 35th anniversary campaign. So if there is a possibility that you'd like to honor someone, and that's what we've been doing this year, is it's not as much about the financial commitment you're making, it's more about the tribute that you're making to the individuals that you want to honor. And I know I've done some honoring this year. Cynthia Round has just recently done something very generous for her former team. And Cynthia, I'm wondering if I called on you, if you would share what you did, because I think it's inspirational for others to hear.
Yes, I'm very happy to talk about it, Carol. And I was inspired by you and the team, and Paul and Anne to do this. I really wanted to recognize the folks at United Way Worldwide who were in the brand leadership team that I built there over 12 years. And I particularly wanted to get more of the younger mid-career folks, because there aren't any really retirees in that group. I wanted to get them involved in Next. So I offered to each of them to buy a tribute membership to Next, and or just make a contribution. And so of the 32 that I was recognizing, I think we got 11 new members. We got about 15, we got another 5 or 6 renewals, and then the others I made contributions, and some of those are still in the network, so they're not alumni of the but I was able to recognize them. And I'm just going to say that the great thing about this is being in touch with them and offering this. I'm now reconnected with these 32 people who were such an important part of my life. And as I just said to Paul today, as we were exchanging, the thing I always say about United Way is it's like Hotel California. You can check out, but you can never leave. And that's how I feel about all of you and seeing all of you. And I just encourage you to reconnect with the folks who were on your staff or on your teams and honor them. It will be meaningful to you and it will be meaningful to them. And we can build this network by doing that.
Thank you, Cynthia.
Thanks, Cynthia.
I know that was impromptu and you weren't prepared maybe that I was going to call on you, but I just thought it was so appropriate. What you had done was so meaningful. And when people make a contribution, we're not only thanking the individual who makes the gift, but we're actually sending emails and communication to the people who have been honored. And the number of people who have responded because they've been honored and touched, people who said, I haven't been in the network for 15 years. I can't believe someone's still thinking of me, right? And so I just encourage you at this time of the year to really think about the people who have impacted your time, your journey, and your experience at United Way, and consider that. So that's all I had for today. I really hope that everyone has a fantastic holiday season. If you're not feeling 100%, you're dealing with some kind of health or brokenness in your life, I really hope that you're able to recover and feel more whole as we get through this holiday season. And know that we're just here for you. No matter where you are in your journey, what season of life, know that United Way Next is coming alongside you and cheering you on. And so we look forward to seeing you in the new year. And with that, Paul, I'll turn it back to you.
No, that's well said. Thanks, everybody. One thing I thought about is sometimes when you leave a position or going from Boston to United Way Worldwide, the person who takes over doesn't necessarily continue what you were doing, and that can be frustrating. The benefit of being the board chair at United Way Next is that I was able to select Ann Fox as my sort of incoming chair. And I know that Ann will actually do better than I did this year. And this is going to be an even more impactful organization in 2026. So stay involved, stay engaged. I'm excited that we've built some momentum and it's going to continue in 2026 and staff. So thanks, everybody. Have a great holiday season. I really appreciate you taking time out today to be part of this social hour. So wonderful to see you all.
Thanks, everybody.
Happy holidays.
Holiday.